Welcome everybody, my name's Chrissy, this is my yoga channel. I've got for you a recording of a 60-minute Zoom class taught live with Studio4 Fitness. This is a class we did just after the gyms reopened, so it's a really lovely one for a good full body stretch. I hope you enjoy it. Let me know how you got on in the comments, like, subscribe, etc. Cheers!
Everybody's really aching. As far as I can tell, after our first official week back at the gym, and the muscles are really tired and sore. I know mine are. So I've got a really nice, easy, loosey-goosey stretch for an hour. So proper restorative, re-energizing. Don't worry about going too mad on anything. Keep everything soft and bouncy. We're going to do some sequences that we repeat a couple of times, so we won't hold anything for very long, but we'll do everything twice at the start, at least the first half, so that you've had a real good stretch, but it's not tired your muscles in any way. Don't need any props, just your good selves. And if everybody's happy, we'll get started. Okay. Okay. And I think we'll start our breathing practice from standing today, actually. So come to an easy standing position. I'll just tip this up a little bit so you can see me. Can you all hear me okay? Just give me a thumbs up because I've got a different microphone today. Lovely, okay. So hip width apart with the feet. Real easy soft bend in the knee. Just tuck that bum in so that the spine is nice and neutral. And we'll put the right hand on the belly ready, left hand on our chest ready. We're going to do our usual quantum breathing practice. So you can just gaze forward at the end of the nose, or you can close your eyes. See what feels right in this standing position. You can feel a little wobbly standing with the eyes closed. So if you are, just push the balls of the feet, the heels and the little toes into the ground. So you feel really supported. And as it in this standing position, just start to scan down the body from the top of the head. We're going to scan and see what feels niggly, what feels tight. It might be that it's not the physical tension, might be something weighing on your mind or just feeling a bit tired and fatigued emotionally. Just start moving down now through the neck, the shoulders, and just notice which bits are maybe a little sore, maybe a little kind of stiff, going down the back, down to the pelvis, maybe in the chest or the armpits, triceps, forearms, maybe even the wrists. Scan those big muscles in the glutes and the quads. Those are our powerhouses, so we've probably been working them pretty hard. Through the backs of the legs, knees, calves, shins, ankles, and our feet. Maybe even the toes, soles of the feet. Just make a mental note of what it is that's feeling a little stiff, a little tired. And as we're working through this nice flowy class today, just take some time whenever you feel that area of the body firing up. Just take some time to really just take a juicy stretch there. If you feel it activating, don't go mad, but just feel that you're showing a little bit of love to that area of your body. Now start to witness your natural breathing. Now that we've really got into our bodies, just notice how your breath is flowing today. Whether it's smooth and steady, deep or shallow. Allow the lips to gently close, and if you can, we're going to breathe just through the nose for the remainder of the class. Start to inhale deeply through the nose, filling up. Hold at the top for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale through the nose. At the bottom we hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale deeply, filling up the belly, filling up the chest. Hold for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release. Hold again for 6. Inhale again, filling up the belly, filling up the chest, drawing in the air. Hold for 7. And exhale, release, let it all go. At the bottom, hold for 7. Inhale again, last time now. So fill up the belly, expand the rib cage, all the way up to the throat. Hold for 8. And exhale through the nose. Let it all go. Belly contracts, emptying out at the bottom. Hold for 8. And inhale to return to your normal breathing. Exhale to release the hands down by the side. Just give the fingers a little wiggle. Blink the eyes open. I'm going to start to take some gentle movement just by swaying from side to side. Let those arms just hang like rag dolls. And you can just pivot on the toes. Just feel a sense of space. That sense of space in the fingers, all the way up the arms. Just natural movement through the body. And come to stillness. Feet are still hip width. And start to make big circles with your right arm. Just drawing a big circle. I'm going to do this a few times. If you get to a point where you can hear that little popping sound or those Rice Krispies crackling in your joints, go slower there. And then change the direction. No hurry. Just let that joint naturally start to open up a bit of space. Don't force it. And then bring that right arm across the body. Lock it into place with the left. And then turn and look over the right shoulder. And you can take some gentle swaying motions again, just through the hips. Just keeping everything light and bouncy. And then release the hands down by the side. Start to circle the left arm. No hurry, just flowing with your natural breath today. So just let everything come together naturally today. Let the yoga take care of it all. Change the direction. Just listening to that joint. Keeping the chin pretty level, keeping that neck nice and long. Bring the left arm across the body. Right arm locks it into place. Turn and look over the left shoulder. Just some real Tiny movements, swaying through the hips, keeping those knees soft, keeping those feet grounded. And release the arms down by the side. We're going to repeat that all again. So just swaying from side to side again, little pivots. When we dial down the intensity of our yoga, our mind can start to wander, and that's okay. Just let the mind come back to your natural breathing and this natural movement. Come back to centre, and just like before, circles with the right arm. Maybe a little faster, maybe a little wider, bigger range of motion. Just see if the body is inviting you to open a bit of space up. Change the direction. Cross it across your chest, lock it into place. Hold still this time. Gaze over right shoulder. Just see if you can bring that arm out and back. Keep that shoulder down, away from the chin, away from the ear. And release. Start to circle with the left. Little speedier, little wider. Keep the hands soft. Keep gazing forward. Change direction. Draw that circle the opposite direction. And bring it across. Lock it into place with other arm. Gaze across that left shoulder. Keep it down and keep reaching across the body. Feel this right across that upper arm, on the outside of your upper arm. You might even feel it wrapping around the back of the shoulder. And release the arms down by the side. Lift right arm up into the air. We're coming into our tricep stretch, so pat yourself on the back. Grab a hold of right elbow with left hand. Just take a moment here. Feel what's going on in the sides of the arms. So here, these lat muscles, this tricep. And then step your right foot across the left. You can just take the toe, or you can plant it right on the ground, see what's comfy. And exhale, lean over to the left. Getting a nice stretch through the side of the body. Keeping the legs where they are. Release the arms. Just rest left hand on right hip. And gaze over that right shoulder for a little twist through the spine. Your free arm can do what it likes. Maybe just supporting the lower back. And then turn the torso back to centre. Step back to your hip width apart. And take a few little clockwise motions with the hips. Just drawing a circle, like a hula girl. Come to stillness. Left arm reaches up. Left arm pats yourself on the back. Right arm grabs that tricep. Take a moment in the stretch. Scan that section of the body. See how it's feeling. Breathe into it. And then step that left foot over to the right. Stay grounded. And lean over to the right. Keep the chin nice and level, so don't feel like you've got to jut the chin in to get the arms more stretched. You'll feel a little bit of the core working just to keep everything steady. Release the arms. Right arm comes to left hip. The left hand does what it needs to. Gazing over that left shoulder. Come back to centre with the torso first. Step back to your hip width apart. Hip circles in the opposite direction, so anti-clockwise. Keep the knees a little soft. See if you can get any little clicks out of those hips or those backs. We're going to repeat that all again, a little faster this time. So take the hands back down to the sides, reach that right arm up. Option now, if you have the ability to clasp, you can clasp. If you don't, stay here. Just work within your range of motion. Take your natural breath cycle here. And then step that right foot over to the left, lean over. Keep the chest shining forward, keep the elbows back. Feet stay where they are, release the hands, take the twist. Left hand comes to right hip. Come back to centre. Clockwise rotation with those hips. And then we shoot that left arm up into the sky. Pat ourselves on the back. Clasp if we can clasp. Moment in this tricep stretch. Step left foot across to the right. Lean over to the right. Release, take the twist, gaze over that shoulder, and then come back to your hip width position. We're going to take some of our sun salutations now. We're going to do some half sun salutations, some full sun salutations, and then a few variations to get a real good stretch through the spine and our calves. We're going to go real slow and steady with these, keeping the heart rate low. So inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, softness in the knees, fold forward. See where the hands come to. Inhale, take that halfway lift. And just take an exhale in this halfway lift. Feel the belly drop, feel the crown lengthening away from the tailbone. Inhale here, exhale, release everything down. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms overhead, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more like that. Inhale, scoop the arms up, scoop the energy up. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, scoop up again. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Stick that bum out behind you. Feel real soft bounciness in the knees. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale, stay here. Inhale to prepare. And then exhale to fold. Release everything down. Inhale, come all the way up to standing, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, last time this half variation, so reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale to your flat back. Exhale in your flat back. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold forward. And we're going to hang out in this forward fold here. So take a hold of opposite elbows. Maybe sway from side to side. That bum can really point out behind you if it needs to get that length in the spine. Let the head hang. Release the neck. And then take the hands to hips. Inhale, Really slowly uncurling all the way up to standing. Exhale to take the arms overhead this time. Inhale to reach them up a little bit further. And then exhale the hands down by the sides of the body. Going to move into our full sun salutation now. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your half or high plank. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, take the knees down, lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest just a little way. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes, inhale, push all the way up to your half or high plank. And exhale, send the bum up and back, bend the knees deeply for your downward dog. Inhale, step to the front of the mat, take the halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up, come up to standing, palms touch overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, reach the arms up, we'll do it one more time. Exhale, swan dive forward. Keep going. Inhale, take that halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step all the way back to your half or high plank. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, point the toes, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, release everything down. Inhale, tuck toes, push up through your plank option. Exhale, back to your downward dog. Bend the knees as much as you need to get that bum up and back. Push the ground away. Inhale, look at the hands, step the feet to meet them, take that halfway lift again. Exhale, fold. Release everything. Inhale, come all the way back up, reach those arms up overhead, touch the hands. Exhale, hands to heart center. Lovely. Inhale, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your high plank. Inhale, drop the knees. Exhale, release the tops of the feet to the mat. We're going to take some cat-cow here. So drop the belly. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, curl the spine under, point the nose to the navel. One more time, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest, drop the belly, just feel that lower back. And then exhale, round the spine, push the ground away, peel the shoulder blades apart. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine, point that nose to your belly button. Inhale to a flat back. Keep the right knee on the ground. Step the left knee back. Step that left foot back. If you can, come on to the ball of the foot. We're getting a calf stretch in that extended leg. So just shift your body weight back a little, push into the ground. Just feel if you can really stretch out the back of that calf muscle. If it feels too easy, you might just readjust by taking the hands a little further back, pushing more of your body weight into that heel. Breathe into it. And then step right foot back to meet it. Lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale through your cobra. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes, inhale through your plank. Exhale to your downward dog. Hold here this time for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Look at the hands. Take the feet to meet them. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Other side this time. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, back to your plank. Drop the knees. Release the feet. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, round the back for your cat's pose. Inhale, flex that spine, look up, open the collarbones, soft bend in the elbows. Exhale, round, round, round. Inhale, lift and look up. Exhale to that flat spine. Keep left knee on the ground this time. Step right foot back, so it's like a plank with that leg. Put that ball of the foot on the ground and just a little action of pushing the body weight into that heel. Stretch out that calf. See if you can readjust if you need to feel it more. Might step it in just by a couple of centimetres. Breathe into it. And then step that left foot to meet it. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point the toes. Inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes, inhale through your plank. Exhale, back to your downward dog. We'll hold here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take the feet to the hands. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, reach the arms up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. Going to repeat that again, both sides. So inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, swan dive forward, a little faster this time. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank. Take the knees down, release the feet. Inhale, flex the back, look up. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Inhale, drop the belly, open the collarbones. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to your cow pose. Exhale to your cat pose. Inhale, flat back. Step left foot back, tuck the toe, push into that calf. Inhale here. Exhale, push. Inhale, right foot meets it, come to your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes, inhale through your plank. Exhale, back to down dog. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, take the feet to the hands, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, root to rise, push through the feet, reach up through the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. Other side, inhale, reach up, scoop up the energy. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back to your plank. Knees come to the mat, release the tops of the feet. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chin, lift the chest. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to your cat pose. Cow pose. Exhale to cat. Push the ground away. One more like this. Inhale, drop the belly, collarbones open. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, right foot steps back this time. Inhale, feel that stretch through the calf. Exhale, left foot meets it to your plank. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale up into your little cobra. Exhale, release the head down. Tuck the toes, inhale, push up through your high plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. We're actually going to hang out in this downward dog now. We've done a few. So just see how the sides of the body, the back, the belly, the hamstrings, Just notice if they're starting to get a little bit warmer, you can pedal the feet, and that might work your calves even more. Feel that lovely therapeutic stretch. If it's too much, ease off. You can even drop the knees if you're getting tired today. And then inhale, look at the hands. Take the feet towards them, halfway lift, one more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach those arms again. Take the hands down to the heart, release the air. Going to come into our tree pose balance next. And I want everybody to take it really simple. So everybody is going to start by putting their weight into their left leg. And they're just going to take their right big toe and come up onto the tippy toe and put it next to that left foot. And just see how that feels. See how that standing leg is. Is the hip jutting out to the side? If it is, just bring it back in. Find that gaze point. Find that balance. And see if you can just step that foot up so it's resting on the side of the calf and the shin. See how that feels in this hip. Actively take that right hand onto that thigh and just see if you can pull it back a little. If balance feels good today, then you can use your right hand to assist it into that full tree pose. So we're planting it on the inner thigh. But stay at one of the first two options if you feel like you're wobbling. Don't want to get frustrated today, we just want to enjoy. Lovely. Take the arms out like you're holding a beach ball. And real soft with those wrists, floppy hands. And start to sway the arms from side to side. Just reminding ourselves that we can move our body in different ways. We can just move our body because it feels good. Doesn't have to be too based on goals all the time. Stay where you are. And inhale, take the arms overhead, palms are touching. Exhale, keep that foot lifted, take the hands to the hips. See if you can step that right foot back, about 4.5 feet behind you. Coming into our warrior one position, keeping the hands on the hips. So your back foot, that right foot, is going to be turned out at a 45-degree angle. 90-degree angle in that front knee. And inhale, straighten the leg. Exhale, bend it. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. And we're going to pivot on the feet. Bring them so they're in line. Looking at the long edge of our mat. Inhale, straighten both legs. Exhale, bend that left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend that left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend left knee. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend left knee. Inhale, straighten. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Squeeze the palms together. Keep a real nice bend in these elbows, so don't lock anything out too much. Just keep everything kind of easy, middle range. Inhale, lift through the chest. Look up at the ceiling. Exhale, fold forward. Just let those arms float up behind you. Maybe as you're tipping the body weight forward, those arms are kind of leading those shoulders to roll in towards each other. If you need to keep the knees a little soft to maintain this forward fold. Just go ahead, no hyperextension here. And then exhale to release the interlace of the hands. Take those hands to the shins or the ankles, maybe even peace fingers around big toes. Inhale to that flat back halfway lift, and exhale, let everything go. The elbows are just going to naturally bend out to the side, but you don't need to pull on anything today. Just feel where that torso wants to come to. There's going to be a natural point of resistance. Just breathe there. And if the hands can come to the mat, you can piano the fingers into the ground to reach it. Don't worry if they don't, stay working on the second variation with the hands on the ankles or the shins. If the hands come to the mat easily, we walk them back in line with the feet. And the elbows bend in between the legs. Very nice. Inhale those hands to hips. Uncurl through the spine bit by bit. Come all the way up. Pivot that left foot back, so you're back in that warrior one position. And then drop the back knee to the ground. You can release the top of the back foot. And be in this lunging position. Just creep that foot forward so that you can maintain that 90-degree angle, but let the pelvis drop so you're stretching your hip flexor. See how it feels? Don't want to be in agony here, but just feel a nice stretch in that hip flexor. And then take the hands to frame that foot. Step it all the way back, any way you can. Both knees are on the mat. Tops of both feet are on the mat. Lower the thighs, then the pelvis, then the belly. Take the elbows under the shoulders. Lift the chin and the chest. We're in our Sphinx pose. And you can kick and flap the feet maybe, just to get a stretch through those quads, through those hamstrings, like you're swimming in a pool. And then release them down. If the lower back feels like it's getting enough of a stretch here, stay here. Otherwise, you can come up onto the hands for your full cobra pose. Keep those shoulders away from the ears. Core is going to have to work a little bit here to support you. Look up at the ceiling. And then exhale, release everything down. Take those hands below the shoulders, tuck the toes, inhale up through your plank. Exhale back to your downward dog. Inhale, step, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart center. We're going to repeat that all on the other side, so stay in your hip width position. Weight goes into the right leg this time, hands to hips. Just start with left big toe next to that right foot. Turn the knee out to the side, bring that right hip back in. Find that gaze point, feel that grounded connection with the floor. Place the foot on the calf. If this feels okay, maybe stay here. Work on that knee coming back. If you want a little more balance, you can assist it with your hand. Place it on the inner thigh. You'll have to squeeze a little harder. That thigh has to push against that foot and vice versa. Inhale, reach the arms up. Grow your branches. Just sway from side to side. Feel a sense of space around these arms. Stay where you are. Keep focusing on that balance. Keep gazing at that focus point, that little speck on the ground. And then inhale, the hands touch. Reach through the arms. Exhale, hands to hips. Step that left foot back. into your warrior one position. 45-degree angle with that foot, chest, hips, face pointing in the same direction as your right foot this time. 90-degree angle in that leg. Inhale to straighten it, exhale to bend it. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, we're just chewing the gum, exhale, the fascia, inhale, it's the tissue that covers our muscles. We've got to warm it up through these gentle movements. Like before, we're going to pivot that foot so we're facing the long edge of our mat. Turn the toes in slightly so the feet are parallel. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, bend that right knee. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend. Inhale through center. Exhale, bend. Inhale through center. Interlace those hands again. Squeeze the fists together. Maybe you'll have a little bit more give this time. As you look up, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, swan dive forward. Lead with your chest. See where those arms come overhead. Just release that head. You can gaze through your legs. Release the hands. See where they come to on those big columns, the legs. No need to pull on them, just bend the elbows out to the side. Tip the body weight forward. Little squeeze in the quads to lift those kneecaps. And just breathe into those hamstrings. Find that natural resistant point in your forward fold. Work there. Final modification is to take those hands to the ground if they come easily. If you find that you're reaching and straining to get those hands on the ground, take the supportive option. Final option is to walk those hands back if they're flat on the ground. Bend the elbows through the legs, look through the legs. Inhale those hands to hips. Turn that right foot back to your warrior one. Up on the ball of back foot and drop that back knee down to that lunge. Release the top of the foot to the mat. Create as much space as you need to drop that pelvis. You'll know you've done it right because you'll feel that stretch in that hip flexor, in that quad muscle. And just breathe here. And take the hands to frame that foot. Step that knee back to meet the other one. Tops of the feet are on the mat, and then lower the thighs, the pelvis, the belly button, the chest. Elbows walk forward so they're below the shoulders. Fingertips are spread. Drop that belly, drop that pelvis. Take the Sphinx pose first. Shoulders are back and down, and if you draw those shoulders down, you'll feel that your spine is bending more. And then you can press into the hands, maybe walk them back a step or two for your cobra pose. And then the final option here, if you like a upward facing dog, is to lift the thighs off the ground as well. And that's going to give you a little bit of core work, so only if you're a real big fan of it. Otherwise, exhale, release. And we're all going to release everything now. Tuck the toes under. And this time we're going to push our body weight up, but keep the knees on the ground. Walk the hands towards the body. And take the big toes so they're touching. Take the knees out slightly wider than the hips, so they'll be about the width of your mat. and sit the bum back down on your feet. If this is too much, you can keep the knees, toes tucked, or you can take the knees in slightly narrower, or even just come into an easy kneeling position. See what feels okay for you. And we're going to start with another little thigh stretch. So take the hands down either side of the feet, piano the fingers into the ground, and just start to walk the hands backwards and take the chest, the shoulders and the head back. So you're looking up at the ceiling. Just breathe here. This might be plenty in those thighs and those hip flexors, those quads, considering the work you've all done this week. If that feels fine, next step is to take forearms to the mat. It's going to be a little back bend here as well. So just go with care. As soon as you feel them firing up, that's where we want to work. Reclined diamond pose. Really flags to us how tight those quads and those hip flexors can be. If you've taken the elbows to the mat, lift them up, push into the hands. Walk the hands forward now. Take the palms to the ground and turn the fingers so they're pointing out to the side. I'm going to take a little wrist stretch here. If this feels okay, pick the hands up and start to turn the fingers back towards you. There's going to be a real deep stretch in your wrists. And if those wrists and elbows feel safe, so there's no pinching or pulling, you can lift the bum up and just bend the elbows back, stretching out those wrists. And pick up the hands and point them so the fingers are pointing forward, shoulder width apart, fingers are spread. And roll onto your right thigh. Knees are stacked on top of each other. Take the left hand to your hip. We're going to come into a supported side plank. So step that left foot out and come up onto your right knee. So nice, easy, supported side plank today. And start to really push those hips up into the sky. Feel a good stretch on the outside of that left leg. You can take a few easy rolling motions with that left arm. And then take it back down to the ground, back to that shoulder width apart position. Back to big toes touching, back to knees being hip width apart. Interlace the fingers and just take a few little rolls through the wrist. You can go in the opposite direction if that doesn't pickle your brain too much. Take a few little rounding motions and then take the hands back down to the shoulder width apart again. Roll onto the other leg this time. Extend that foot out, top leg extends out. Right hand to hip, push up onto the knee. And we're taking that supported side plank on the other side. Push through those hips. See if you can get that little toe, that pinky toe of the extended leg. Imagine you're pushing it down into the ground. Some circles through the shoulder. Scooping up the energy. And then we'll come back again. Take those hands down. And we're going to Slide the feet out to the side so we can sit on our bums. Take the soles of the feet so they are touching. Wrap the hands around the feet so the thumbs are just resting on the fleshy pads of your big toe knuckles. And take a few butterfly flapping motions with those hips. Maybe rock from side to side. Then come to stillness. See if you can open out the feet a little more, like pages of a book. And then take your thumbs and start to just make little circles with the thumbs, starting on those big toe pads and working down the knuckles of the feet. So you're applying a little bit of pressure, a little bit of self-massage here. Don't pay a lot of attention to these parts of our body. And yoga is a great time to just check in with these bits of the body that are working so hard and yet are so neglected. And then take a few more flapping motions. Rock from side to side again. Lift those butt cheeks up one at a time, really rolling onto one leg and then the other. And then wrap your fingers around your shins and just take those little circular motions with the thumbs and work your way from your ankles all the way up the backs of the calves until you get to the knees. And then one last time, we're going to cradle those feet. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows out to the side and allow the spine to curl. You can let your chin tuck in. Nose points to belly button again. Head is reaching towards the feet. Let those knees flop out to the side. And then inhale, uncurl, come all the way up. Take the hands down by the sides of the body. Place one foot, then the other, sole of the feet on the mat. And start to lower your back onto the ground. Take the head to the mat. Release the shoulders down. Take the backs of the hands to the mat as well. Step the feet in so they're pretty close to the bum. You should be able to tickle the backs of your heels. Inhale, lift the pelvis, lift the belly, and float the arms up and back overhead. Exhale, lower the spine down bit by bit, lower the arms down bit by bit, hands and lower back, bum, come to the mat at the same time. Inhale, lift the pelvis, lift the back, float the arms, you're coming up onto your shoulders, chest is lifting. Exhale, lower everything down, float the arms down at the same time in unison. Inhale, push through the feet to lift that pelvis, lift the back, lift the chest, reach the arms. Exhale, uncurl, vertebrae by vertebrae, taking the arms down with the back. And just take a moment to let that back really melt down into the ground. Tuck the chin in. And we're going to float the feet up into our dead bug and float the arms up into our dead bug. So the arms are just stacked over the shoulder, elbows are softly bent, knees are just over the hips or maybe a little further in, whatever's comfy. Feet are soft. You can close the eyes here. Just scan the body one more time. Now that everything's feeling light and airy and stretched, just notice if those little parts of the body that you identified at the beginning as holding on to maybe physical soreness, tension, stress, fatigue. Inhale in this dead bug position and imagine you're drawing in a bright white light and you're sending it to those bits of the body. As you exhale, just visualize, use your imagination to see like a black smoke coming out. So we're inhaling nice, fresh, bright light, bright energy into those sore bits, those tired bits, those stressed bits. And we're exhaling all the bad stuff. We're just imagining that we're letting it go. Hug the knees in towards the belly. Wrap the arms around it. Rock from side to side. And then inhale, lift the chin, lift the head. Take the nose towards those knees. Nice squeeze here. You can even take the hands to the shins and just take a few little rocks forward and back to massage the spine. So there's nothing here we're trying to achieve other than to just roll our spine up and down our yoga mats. And then come to stillness. Take one foot to the corner of the mat, then the other. Let the head come back down. Take the hands out by the sides of the body, resting on the ground. Have a little fidget, a little wiggle, let everything go. And come to stillness. You can rest here for a few minutes. It's a couple more minutes longer than usual week, so if you do.
And to my home viewers who stuck right through to the end of this recorded class, you can just pause the laptop, pause the computer, the phone, and take as much time as you need for your Shavasana at home. I really hope you've enjoyed this practice. I hope to see you again very soon. If you want to join a live class, there's details in the description. Take care, Namaste.